flop. We have air and motion, a lot of things happening, a lot of horsepower, you know. Feel like there's a lot of fire energy into this, actually, air card. You can take these and flip it and flop it, but a lot of movement. And it's funny, these horse up in the sky, these 5 horses, it looks like a storm, or they're riding above the storm, or something of the kind. All right. We're going to start with that. Show me. I've already called in everybody's ancestors, spirit guides, and your whole team. They're here with me right now, and you. Just know it. Number 31, Depth and Lake. A lot of motion, a lot of things being said, a lot of things being talked about, a lot of deep talk, which is, hey, I'm a no nonsense kind of girl. I like deep conversation. I'm tired of the riffraff and people that all they do is put people down or compare themselves or complain, or I'm not into that. I'm about empowerment, so I like this for you already. But something about talking about something that might be murky water, it could be whatever it is, right? I'm going to take a bunch of cards here. Please, Spirit, show me. I have some sage burning over here. I think some of yous might need it. I got the Endurance and the Rock. Yeah. Something's deep. Yeah, somebody grew out of a rock. Maybe they weren't supposed to survive. Something like that. Because how can this tree survive, technically? It's like an awe of wonder or something. Yeah, growing out of nothing. Maybe that's the point. Growing out of nothing. Releasing the superficialities. I like that thought. Movement, speed. Well, we had movement with the horses. This is number 42. Leaps and bounds, however. Somebody grew out of a rock and they're making leaps and bounds. Or that's what it's about. Maybe. This is the Hope, Fear Challenge and homework. Maybe for you, it's the movement of the whole thing. Kind of look at, she's like, or he, whatever, leaping over all the sagas and dramas and all the households and whatever it might be, right? Somebody endured a lot. There's a lot of talk about this and how deep this goes. Okay. Snow and silence. Yeah, we're just coming out of winter right now where I live. In fact, I think it's spring equinox. But anywho, I'm not really sure about that. I have to look at the calendar, but silence, very still. When there's a snowstorm, it's like, it's very still, it's very quiet, it's very cold. It could be a cold energy. There is a white rabbit on this card. I have never noticed. Hopefully you can see it down there. If my camera will focus, but how cool is that? That's like an Alice in Wonderlandy kind of vibe there. Follow the white rabbit down the rabbit hole. I'm not even using that deck, but I can. Give me a couple more. I'll take some more. Yeah, the light, the sun. This couple's looking at illumination, number 6, right? Yeah, which is also the Lover's card in tarot. Looking at the bigness of it, the hugeness, the depth of it is huge. That's what I get. The depths of this movement. People are talking. People are trying to figure this out. Or what? Okay. I'm doing things a little differently here with my cards, so let me just figure it out. Hi, everybody, tapping in and out. Yeah, the sun is good, however, right? We know we like the sun. It's like Trump in tarot. So I'm going to keep that feeling, right? Something about that marine life, the richness. Yeah, the depth, marine, water. Somebody could be dealing with water signs out there. Maybe you are. But whatever this is, it's about emotions. It's very emotional. Maybe somebody for those singles, there's a lot of fish in the sea. No fret. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Yeah, don't rush it. Maybe we need to heal before we go into um, another relationship or something. Yeah, winning by any means necessary, greedy, and inconsiderate. So whoever's been talking with the illumination of it all and the in-depthness of it all. Show me what I need to see. Distance, divorce, ghost, separation. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about something that's not there anymore or something. I don't know how I come up with this shit. Maybe we are distant with this person or whatever. There's an epiphany here, right? Some of you do have untapped talents out there that you haven't tapped into yet. Maybe that's something you want to dive deeper into, that rabbit hole, right? The depth of these things, though, the epiphanies, the illuminations, all of that. So, whoops, all right. Two-faced, and I got laughter. Yeah, people were laughing at somebody. They were laughing at hurting people's feelings or backstabbing them, betraying them. We haven't talked with these people in a while because we have the distance card here, but somebody's coming into some sort of epiphany, right? They were laughing. But it's about happiness and laughter and the movement forward. I think this person that could be growing out of a rock or came back from the dead, so to speak, I don't know. That's weird how that comes out, but moving forward in leaps and bounds, right? That's like a Superman kind of vibe. Superhero vibe. You guys superheroes, you got your superhero capes on. All right. That's cool. They were laughing at you. And now you're just all about happiness, maybe, and healing, suffering and silence. Snow, yeah, distance, quiet. We got the divorce or the separation or ghosted, right? Whatever that is. And the quietness about it, the stillness, the coldness, right? Somebody's suffering in silence here. I feel like this could be a backfire because if they were laughing and now they're suffering, or something. Maybe it's you that's suffering in silence because they're laughing at you. Who's laughing at who here? Who's two-faced? Who's the cheater? Who's the backstabber? Something's deep here. This illumination. Mask, deception, legalities. Somebody, they're hiding, two-faced. They want to conceal something. Somebody's living a double life. If you're curious, the answer is yes. Legal, lawyers, court, paperwork. It's brought in all the legalities of this. Yeah, somebody might be looking into bringing this to court. Maybe it's not about, I'm not sure. Soulmate, twin flame on the bottom, drowning. Somebody's over their head. They're in rock bottom. This was about rock bottom. I feel like this is a kind of like a tables turning kind of vibe or something. I'm not quite sure. Whoops. Whatever it is, I feel the deviousness or what. This is my herb tarot deck. What is it? Yeah, my Handcrafters tarot deck. Sorry. Some of them I really don't even know. You think they want me to? I'll take it. Four of air, yeah. Look at the lavender and the sickle, right? Putting it to rest, giving it a rest, right? Somebody's giving it a rest. They divorced a situation or separated themselves. People are talking about this. A lot of things are happening, a lot of movement. Somebody's got a lot of drive because that's an air card and I feel horsepower, right? So I feel that, right, with all the horse, the movement, the endurance. Somebody has incredibly strong will out there, maybe, which is good because that's what we need, right? We need that chutzpah. Yeah. 14. Yeah, 14. The Temperance card reversed. High Priestess card reversed. Three of air. Haya of catnip. Haya of catnip. Haya of air. Excuse me. Hayas are pages or a younger type energy, right? Playful with the catnip. The catnip is technically like an aphrodisiac to a cat, right? So playfulness, joyness, but somebody's very happy and content and somebody's suffering in silence here. I can't make it up. It's a very dual energy. Somebody's having an epiphany of how deep this goes. Maybe around the facade, the castle, the illusion, right? They're feeling like they're drowning now, right? Somebody was laughing at somebody to be in ruin. They didn't want this person to be happy. They didn't want him to thrive. They didn't like the idea, but this person did anyway and added nothing, you know? Endurance, the rock. That's a number 20 right there. That's two tens. Yeah, the distance, the separation, the divorce, or what with the two tens, I feel like is about endings, right? Yeah, somebody is happy. It's about happiness. But I do feel like a lot of you, they were laughing at you in the past. They were laughing at you suffering. They were laughing at you lacking and not being able to get whatever it was that you were working on. They didn't want you in any sort of abundance. High Priestess reversed. They hate this person. They don't believe in their spiritual beliefs or what, something like that. This person yeah, they don't like this person. They don't like this High Priestess, male or female watching. Two-faced, double life, backstabber, cheater. Right there. Boom. Hi there. Ireland. Very nice. Thank you. That is a dream trip for me. It's in the ethers. England, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, that whole region. And I might not come back if I go. Oh, anyway, yeah, there's the backstabber betrayal card, right? Three of airs, three of swords. This was very painful. There could be three people that were involved with this, but people are talking about the person that has, really overcome some extreme obstacles, right? And they're talking about like this is something about legalities, like are they trying to that's sickle though, giving it a rest and healing from the damn shit. Somebody ghosted a person for a reason, right? Maybe somebody stood up for themselves and ghosted the situation. It goes deep. Show me. Ace of air down. They're a bunch of liars. They won't make a new beginning, see. You know what's cool about the ace of swords? This is yarrow, by the way, which is a very medicinal herb. This was down, but the ace of swords is the only sword out of the tarot that you're responsible for beginning, right? If there was a new beginning to be had, you would, because all the other aces, it's like these things are, they're like gifts from the divine, they're opportunity, they come from somewhere, but this one, it's up to you. But no, because they're lying, there's no clarity. They're going to stay masked and hiding, in fact, and they're going to conceal as much as they can because the sun is out. These people scared or timid of their own behaviors is what I'm curious. See, this is why we need to be present, so we know that we're not going to be scared of our own behaviors in the future. What the fuck? I mean, Jesus, these people feel like I don't know, it's just, I got a very, all of a sudden, feeling of get it together, duh, or something like that. I don't know. And I don't know who that's for. It may not be for everybody. Something about paperwork and court, attorneys, possibly. Maybe these attorneys are coming into the light and seeing the situation for what it is, or that's what it's about. Somebody's masked from the light here, and I don't know if that's, I wonder if the attorneys are on the person's side that's, is this attorney of shade, is my question. Haya of earth. This one's very pliable, bendable. They're bending the rules. They're trying to make excuses, like this is linden. Linden wood is almost like a willow, like it's very soft, pliable. But see, I feel like, the lawyers in the courts or something about that, maybe power of attorney or something. They're maneuvering. See, this is how the elites get away with shit, because they know how to maneuver their way out. And it's good that these things are coming to light, as sick as they are around the world, right? But if they don't come to light, it's never going to be dispersed. So as disgusting and low vibing and gross as a lot of these people are in the elites, they all need a psych evaluation. I think every single flipping one of them, every scientist, all the doctors, all the people in authority need a psych test. And in these days, it's just ridiculousness. But I feel like they're bending the rules, or they're trying to, or maybe skate by something even. Yeah. Show me. Yeah, the star. Yeah, I like it. Distance, separation, motion, and air. This person, it's all about healing. I feel like this person has really, really come far. It's just, it's like wish fulfillment. It's abundance. It's healing. It's wish fulfillment. It's manifesting. Look, these are pussy willows. We're in spring right now. It says cottonwood. Is cottonwood a pussy willow? Because they look like pussy willows to me. That's a good question. If anybody out there knows, let me know. But yep, this is about manifestation and healing. Somebody separated a situation because they needed to heal. That's what it was. They left a situation, or that's what it was about. They, whether they divorce. I don't see anything here that says anything about divorce, or at least not yet, but it's definitely a ghosted situation of some kind. All right. Huh. Very unhealed, very impatient. Things are, there's a lot of questions that are being answered right now, right? Somebody, but see over here I get no clarity. And then here I have answered questions, untapped talents, and self-reflection with epiphany. I feel like that could be some of you, right? Hi, everybody, popping in and out. Hello, hello, welcome to my channel. So yeah, maybe that's the dualness in the energy, right? You know, the person that's happy and in that sovereignty, happy vibe, right? Is are they answering questions? Are they finding the answers to the question? I'm not sure how that's going to be. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hold on. The Lovers reversed. Oh, yeah. Wheel of Fortune down. High of Water. A lot of pages. A lot of childlike energies. A lot of childlike energies. A lot of young. That could definitely be something. The Lover's down, right? Obviously, ghosted, divorce, separation. Yeah, it's a choice. This union's off, right? It's not healed. It's not balanced. It's not fixed or corrected. I don't know what that means, but the situation isn't fixed. That's what it means. Okay. Yeah, the tables have turned. See, I knew it. Thank you. Ding, 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 ding. I knew I felt that. That's the validation right there. Tables have turned. This is not so good karma for these POSs. Yeah. They don't like this high priestess and that they came back from the dead. I don't know where I even got that. They came back from something because that endurance there, you know, they're hiding because this person okay, that's what this is about. This is about the spiritual journey, right? So this person had a near-death experience or something possibly, or just really rock bottom situations, or maybe all of it. You can flip and flop, right? Don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders. But I feel like this person wasn't supposed to make it. These people see that this person is making leaps and bounds. They're timid, they're hiding, they're concealing as much as they're able. This lawyer court paperwork is trying to maneuver things and, you know, into certain whatever. They absolutely refuse to recognize this high priestess or whatever. They're being, you know, two-faced, you know. It's all about messages. It's all about messaging. It's all, you know, this separation, divorce. Look, but this is a very healing card. I'm very young, but it's a very intuitive. Yeah. Somebody's very happy. This child is happy. This child's happy that they survived. I would be too. In fact, I am, because I survived my situation. So I can kind of put that there. But, you know, are you the child, or we're all somebody's child, right? You can flip and flop it, or it's just in the childlike energy. But the messages, the intuitive, you know, yeah, they don't like it. You know, this is wish fulfillment and healing. This isn't. They don't like that this person came back, that they're doing well. That's awful. Like, what is wrong with people? It's like they're saying that they don't want this person to thrive or survive. Huh. Wow. And this one's just, you know, the one with Katna, you know, this is just standing up for the truth. Standing up, like, in their own truth, doing what they, you know, being silent, being quiet, minding their own business. They don't like, it's not wish fulfillment, but somebody's suffering in silence. Somebody has real feelings here, and others' dreams are broken, maybe, or something. But they need to get it together. That's, So I have Adelita of air. I have the Fool, and then I had 2 extra cards. I'm going to take them. 8 of fire and 5 of air. Yeah, these bitches. God. 5 of water. Very disappointing. Very sad. Low vibing energies are sad. That's too bad. Restrictions and boundaries, however. This is Golden Seal, which I believe spreads like crazy if you let it, which is why they're making boundaries. Yeah, water, very healing. Yeah, all right, Adelita Bear. This is like a birthing chair, right? When people are in childbirth, they're not always so nice. They're like letting it out verbally. Could be aggressive, could be abusive. Yeah, it could be just the assertive domination. Even I'm feeling. I don't know how I get that out. Maybe because of all that oregano or whatever that's in the background, it just seems like it's dominating the picture there, or eating it up, or something. I don't know. Anywho, yeah, whoever's standing up with this mask, they're hiding. They're scared, right? The illumination is here. See, this couple. See, that's a couple there, but this couple's down. This is like down. So that may mean something to you. I don't know, right? A lot of talk about this. A lot of whoever this person is has come far. And if it is you, congratulations, because I feel like these people are like, I can't believe what they're seeing, you know? So let them go crawl under their own rock. you know? Look at that little butterfly up there, the rebirth, the innocence, you know, this is an adventure to go forward, you know? And I do feel a lot of solace and like total contentment, and this is taking a chance, this is innocence to me. So bending the rules with innocence, going, taking a chance, the legal court paperwork with news and messages. Somebody's quick on their feet, or that's what it's about, right? And then 5 of swords, that's the aggression, that's the left out, that's the cruelty and the brutality of it. I don't think this attorney cares for this situation very much. Let's just put it that way. They may be learning a few things as well in this situation. If the attorney is really involved, they might be learning a few things as well. But is this attorney a big fat liar along with whoever this person is, or is the attorney against the family? I'm not sure. You can place it or figure that out or what. However, right? 28. Hi, everybody. Hello. So I'm going to switch decks. My Green Witch deck. Show me what I need to see. Yeah, the Tower. The Sun. Yeah, the illumination of everything. It's over. This is the ruined card. See, they wanted this person in ruin. This was rock bottom. Ghosted, divorce. People are talking. This person that was in rock bottom needed healing so badly from this situation that they took a leap of faith, went forward, ghosted this situation, and healed. And these people are like, yeah, the epiphany of it all. They cannot believe it. These talents that came out, okay, the untapped talents are tapped into. whether they like to see it, admit it, or not. Because a high priestess is always a high priestess, period. Whether people want to dig it or not. Okay. Oh, show me what I need to see. Ace of Swords down again. Ding, 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 ding. Two-Face, double life, cheater, backstabber, and big fat liar. They don't want this beginning, right? This person's strong. They grew out of a rock, for God's sakes. They came back from complete ruin. Congratulations, whoever that is out there. Wow, there's a lot of power in that. A lot of power in that Tower card. This is very scorpionic energy. The realizations are real. The aha moments are real. Wow. Three birds of a feather, you know? Could these be three culprits with the betrayal? Are we talking betrayal in a marriage, or are we talking betrayal in a home, like with our own family members? Or could it be at the workplace or friendships? You know, I mean, Nine of Pentacles down. This person was without. They were laughing at them. Yeah. They were laughing at them, and they probably didn't have a pot to pee in. They probably didn't have any money. Maybe they were homeless. Maybe they were starving. Maybe they just, you know, what is wrong with people? See, this is why the tables are turning, because what's fair is fair after all. All those times I remember hearing when I was growing up, oh, it's not very fair, is it, Heidi? Well, you know what? Maybe it is after all, depending on what side of that wheel you're on. See, some people are in karma and some people are in dharma. And I don't know about you, but I'd like to be in the dharma phase. King of Pentacles down, suffering in silence. This person is not moving. Very greedy and arrogant. Very without, very broken dreams. This person survived. This person's bumming that they are that they're still breathing. I can't believe how this is coming out. This is terrible for somebody out there. I'm going to show you. You know, they could be losing money or without money, but they're not moving. You know, they're not moving. That's my kitty in the sandbox. If you can hear him in the background, I don't know. He's in his sandbox. My babies. Show me what I need to see. I need a bunch of cards, please. Yeah, whoever this person is, it could be divorce. It could be family. Whatever it is, because I have the Four of Wands down, and we know we have this divorce, ghosted, separated card, right? So this isn't really good news around the family, right? We know this with this card. Somebody's concealing something around this family. They're hiding from the light because the sun is right above these two cards. They're hiding. They're not moving. They cannot believe this person survived. They're like, are they in like a paralyzation kind of energy? Like they're so in shock. They're like a deer in headlights. That's an NPC thing to me, you know, where nobody's home. You know, you look at somebody and nobody's home. It's like, hello, anybody in there? Are you in there? Yeah, for somebody's family though, however, this isn't good news. They need to give the brutality and whatever that is, all the black magic, you know, they need to put it to bed and give it a flippin' rest and go sit down and heal. Hmm. And I feel like that this King of Pentacles here has you know, it's like shoving it down somebody's throat, or it's like pulling teeth, or you know, all those phrases that they used to maybe throw at you, and then here you are, it's like pulling teeth. Go fucking heal yourselves. You know, Page of Pentacle, or excuse me, Page of Chalices reversed, legal. Yeah, they don't care. This person has no empathy. This is a full-blown narcissistic Jezebel, you know. They absolutely don't care. They're not going to move. They do not want this person um, to get whatever it is that that person wants, period. That's a really sad, sick place to be, but it is free will. That's where that person wants to stay. Then so be it for eternity, if that's what they choose. But, you know, times of ascension right now, they better fucking make up their minds what they're doing here. Page of the Thames down. They don't like these lies. They absolutely hate their own child. This is disgusting. If this is, I feel like somebody, and this is child sacrifice. For somebody out there. Very unwise. They refuse to see that their own child possibly is trying to heal the situation or fix it. For some of you, these are realizations that, you know, people are just I can't get the jaw off the ground, you know? These are the delusions, you know, that people are in. You know, how many people are on this planet? 30 billion or some shit? Well, then that means there's 30 billion realities. See? There's a mind blower. Ace of Cups. Somebody is filling their own cup, making themselves happy. There's a new beginning being presented here with the Tower. Somebody's very happy and content that these realizations are finally getting through. Somebody's noggin, they were, you know, too stubborn, it needs to get through. There's somebody German out there. Yeah, horned god, power, control, emperor. The grand poobah, right? The grand poobah is a big fat liar and will not accept or whatever with this high priestess vibe. You can switch the genders all day long. I don't give a shit. You know, two-faced, backstabber, cheater. Yeah, they wanted this person. This was a sacrificial. They wanted this person either to take themselves out, to just go out with their black magic witchery BS, or mental confusion where they go and, you know, self-medicate, and you know, there's a lot of scenarios out there that I'm picking up on. So, but I don't like this horned god. This horned god to me is like micromanaging and very dominating, maybe with the abusive energies. They're not moving, they're dominating. They're like, that's it. They'll suffer in silence though. Which makes no sense, but okay. Whatever. It's all free will. If you want to suffer in silence, then you go and suffer in silence. Because whoever this person is making leap and bounds. I'm fucking out of here. A lot of movement. A lot. Show me what I need to see. Yeah, it is a black witch. Witchery. This betrayal. They were laughing too. These three people, these three culprits, three birds of a feather singing on each other now, I bet you. Yeah, now that things are backfiring, I bet they're all singing on each other. It's funny how that message came out. Queen of Chalices, Eight of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, this person, they absolutely hate this person. I feel like it's their own child, you know? But they do want to talk. They're suffering in silence, and they're going to until they fix it, until they heal. That's just how it rolls, man, you know? There are some people and some things will never change, you know, with these lies and the confusion, and they're never going to learn their lessons, or it's a very, very, very difficult lesson to learn. Yeah. Hiding, concealing deception right over this. Four of Wands down. It is sad. It's sad that people are actually in this this way. And there's so many on this planet that it's pretty freaky. Pretty freaky at this point, if you ask me. Four of Athens down again. No rest for the fucking wicked. I'm telling you. Bastards. Legal and legalities is right over this with the linden wood. Plying and bending rules. You know, making things work. Skating by this. We'll just skate by that. Kind of BS. It's not wish fulfillment that someone is a star of their own show. They've bossed up and glowed up and healed. They grew out of a rock. This person absolutely hates it. This is pathetic. This is definitely a Jezebel energy. And Jezebel has been on this planet way longer than we have been. They actually were here first. Which is pretty fucked up. But here we are. Queen of Wands down. Yeah, we got the King and Queen of Wands down. These black witch bitches is a couple. And they certainly don't want this union. There's a tower here. There is a new beginning or a new opportunity. A new something that's emotionally fulfilling. I don't know how that's going to play out, but it's there in the midst of all that muck. Right? Somebody's having an epiphany. The realizations of how deep this goes. The facade. I feel like some people feel like they're drowning. Well, if they would wake the hell up, they don't have to drown. See, they don't have to drown. They can do something about this. They choose not to, is what this is. 9 of Wands. Somebody wants to be free of this. Yeah, you want to be free of this energy, fate, karma, and destiny, and everything coming back. You want to be free of this? Really? But you're not learning your lessons. You're not changing. You haven't done one iota. Not one iota of anything has been completed or finished here, but they want to be free. That is the weakest link right there. The weakest energy, if you ask me. That is so Jezebel. That is so like succubus, incubus, whatever the fuckabus. I hate this. And I see how much they hate it because it's coming through. And it's too bad because what you dish out comes back times 3. times 3. And if this person wasn't supposed to survive, and that was times 1 phase, imagine what it's like when it comes. These people won't survive their own attacks. See, they're not. They won't. They're not going to. Oh, see that? 4 of Pentacles down, letting go. High of Waters, letting go. Happy, joy, movement, speed, full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I feel excitement, you know? It's like new adventure. We're coming into spring. Things are new again. All right, show me 3 more cards. 2 of Athame down. Yeah, these are bad choices and decisions to do. You think? You know, the illumination of it all, it goes back, you know? See, here, this is about truce or peace in this card. And you can see one person's like kind of almost going to shake his hand and the other one's not sure. He's thinking, are you going to, you know, he doesn't trust. Do I need to take my sword out and off with your head? I don't know, kind of thing. Yeah. So split decisions, like a crossroad decision for sure, which is the basic idea of that card. But, you know, this is reversed. They don't even want to really apologize or whatever with the brutality and the cruelty, the harshness, the hardships, you know? They don't even want to take that responsibility. Oops, that was over here. Excuse me. But hey, if that fit, it fit. Yeah. It's not wish fulfillment. This Queen of Cups, High Priestess energy, male or female, I don't care. I feel like they've really got a lot of attention on them. A lot of attention on this person. A lot of chit chat. A lot of people watching. A lot of like, oh my gods, WTFs, that kind of thing, you know? Like real life fairy tale stuff here. Page of Wands, yeah, making it happen, Captain. Creating their own magic, moving forward towards the light, which is right above this. Yeah, whoops. Yeah. From all the abusive BS. Wow. One more card here, please. We can move on. And they give me 3. Yeah. Dealing with the harshness. Somebody's dealing with those storms out in the sea. I mean, those waves are probably 25, 45 feet high. It's a massive storm out in that sea with this tower. And somebody's coming into an epiphany about the whole damn thing. Well, I think it's about time, don't you? I know this person that he is healed, it's about time. 5 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands down. And 7 of Chalices. This person was ostracized for sure. Left out. See that castle or the runes actually in this card. They're feeling left out of the ritual. Left out. Well, maybe this is a good thing, left out of the ritual, but technically these people could have been homeless, or it's about being homeless, or left out in the cold, very disabling kind of energy. Some of these people might be disabled, you know. Somebody's dealing with the storms hard with this facade, right? The whole facade of the whole thing. Wow. They don't want this person to get their inheritance. And I don't know your situations personally, but my opinion is, you know, keep it. I mean, there's a whole lot of fuss over money, over greed, over lies and cunning and mean girl energies, and how deep this goes and how far back. We could be talking about trauma. The whole spiel is on the table here in one reading. I'm going to give you Hidden Realms Oracle here. Show me what I need to see. The River Queen, number 36. It's a flow, letting go, and natural movement. Yeah. You have the endurance, right? You've already are going through the hardest of the hard. So keep on keeping on, right? There's no stopping you now, right? I mean, anything is possible now with this person that has just basically, where's that card? 10 of Wands. It's about breaking family curses. So it's definitely narcissistic. And what? Because narcissism is a learned behavior, right? Where am I going? River Queen, 36. Alrighty. So don't forget to flip and flop your energies and genders should you need to. Let's see if I can get this so you can see it without the glare. The River Queen flows into your life. Was this reversed? No. Flows into your life as an ally to remind you about the concept of allowing the law of non-attachment. Remember that all rivers come from the mountains to run to the sea to be absorbed by a larger body of water. There, the liquid evaporates into clouds that rain on the mountains to continue the endless cycle of fluidity. The River Queen requires you be the fluid and let go of rigidity and perfectionism. You will travel far and as long as you let go and let flow. Even maneuvering around the greatest blockages like water streams around big boulders. No obstacle can hold you back now. And if you're willing to surrender to the natural flow of events, yeah, if you just go with things, there's going to be so much coming for you. You know, I feel like adventure and excitement and happiness, you know, all that yummy stuff. Be easy on yourself and others and watch how smoothly you move forwards. You may be surprised where the river takes you. I do feel like there's the river's flowing hard. I feel it. I'm going to give you a familiar oracle here. Ooh, I guess that's the one. The goat. No shit. Oh my God. Yeah. The goat. Potency. Obsessions. Addictions. Narcissism. All right. Hello there. I thought I might find you down here. What you need is a real push to get you unstuck of this rut. Let me oblige. I may be a stubborn old thing, but I'm not one to shy away from a little head butting. I've got all the guts, balls, horns, drive, and power to get you moving again, be it physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Take a good sniff. I'm in the air all around you. Stamp on the ground, and I'm under your feet. Now look behind you. I'm at your back. So potent is my power that you must be very clear now of your intent. Use it for the greater good, for an outcome that is beneficial, not detrimental or vengeful. I do not judge, though many judge me, but abuse my gift and you will be the one to clear up the mess. So if you are truly ready to take things up a notch, I'm here and all you have to do is ask. This is a once-in-a-lifetime offer that is being made. Before undertaking a major decision, be very clear of your intention and be transparent in your actions. A deception is about to be discovered. Now it is not the time for white lies or any lies. When you're dealing with a high priestess vibe, I suggest people just don't lie. Just don't. Probably better. Hi there, everybody. Yeah, somebody's missing you, admiring you. For those that are single, you may be meeting somebody. I do have the Ace of Cups over here as well, but somebody is admiring you for your strength, your endurance, just keeping on, and how much you've grown. So how far you've come from who you used to be, right? I really like that message. That's really nice. You know, 10 of Hearts. It's all about the happy home and family, you know. However, with the laughter card, someone is happy here around the home. They're happy. They're just content. They're happy. They healed. They did the work, whatever that is, or they are doing it, right? Something like that. 10 of Diamonds. Yeah, it hurts, but it's over. And it's all about money to these thieving, greedy vampires. Yep. That's why it's so hard to take with that sickle. It hurts. People that are sensitives and empaths and higher vibrationals and light workers and all, it hurts. This shit fucking hurts, man. It's not okay. You know, people need to take accountability and learn their own damn lessons in life, and that's it. It's just ridiculous anymore. What else? We can close this out. Yep. You think? Another tower. Ding, 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 ding. That one here, this one's a good surprise, I feel. For some of you, I like it. There's a little bit of a good surprise here after a very difficult one, maybe. Something that's huge. Huge bigness. Something's huge bigness out there. All right, so these are your messages. Doing collective readings from now on. Please tune in. Don't be looking for your signs. I might continue doing people's zodiac signs in the future, but so many of those readings, it seems I'm doing, you know, close to 15 hours worth of work for something where the point is where everybody basically is going through the same shit. So it's going to be so much easier for me to maybe communicate and hopefully give the right messages to the right people, right? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, those are your messages, peeps. Be cool, be kind, be patient, and please just be a good human. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.